It's time for the Brouhaha Sports Show. Brouhaha Sports with award-winning sports writer Dale McKee and co-host Marshall Wood. Talking sports with the legends of the game and famous sports personalities. Brouhaha! Now to Marshall and Dale with tonight's guest.
Phillips Building Supply in Laurel, your hometown building supply store since 1954. We are locally owned and pride ourselves on helping our customers find exactly what they need. From foundations to roofs to doors and windows, Phillips has it. For tools, hardware, lumber, and plywood, visit Phillips Building Supply.
Welcome everyone to the Brouhaha. Marshall and Dale here, and we would both like to wish everyone a happy what?
4th of July.
4th of July. Man. And we're alive and well and living in the USA, and I tell you what, there's nowhere I'd rather be.
There you go. I love hearing waking up to Ray Charles on the 4th of July.
Man. You know, it's a great country we live in, and we got our problems, but, you know, I still wouldn't want to be anywhere else. You know, Dale, we go to these sporting events, and, you know, and our country typically has been a big part, you know, in these sporting events because we always begin them with the playing of the national anthem. And I'll tell you what, been discussed a lot over the past, I don't know how many years, 5, 6, 3, 4, whatever. However, but I'll tell you where I'm at on that. When I go to a football game and I'm standing out there and they fly those jets over and they play the national anthem, you know what I do?
You get chill bumps.
I cry.
You cry?
I cry.
Me too.
I cry like a baby because I'm thankful for the good old US of A. And the men and women from the beginning of this, when this thing all started, that made it possible, right down to my dad and yours.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Your father was in the military.
Yeah.
Mine was. Flew in the old B-29 bombers, bombed the empire, Tokyo. But anyhow, happy 4th of July, folks. Living in the USA. Glad to be here. Dale, sports. We got a sports show.
We do?
Yeah, I think so.
It's supposed to be our off weekend.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, you know, but we never sleep.
That's right.
We never. The show
so
never stops.
Are you going to tell the audience out there who our great guest is this week?
Well,
because it's a very unique show.
It really is. I tell you what, we have skyward. Is that a word? I don't know if I like that word or not. We've been around the planet looking today for today's show for tonight's.
Nah, not
guest.
really. Not really. No, I remember. You know, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. Just you and I, and I just thought this was a great week just for you and I because people are busy, and I didn't want to interfere. You know, there's not too many people going to pick up the phone on July 4th and talk to Dale and Marshall about sports now. Are there?
Probably,
Except for J-Mar.
Probably not.
Except for J-Mar.
Except for J-Mar, bless his heart, his hurt finger and everything.
Yeah.
But where we gonna start? What we gonna do? I mean, let's. I tell you what, let's do.
Aren't you the leader of this show?
No.
follower.
I'm just keep up with the time. Dale,
Listen, I'm not even the boss at my house, so how can I be the boss here?
I don't know. You're pretty doggone bossy. Well, I tell you what, let's do.
Okay.
Let's start off talking some. You know, we're gonna play. We are real closely associated with Wayne County High School. Okay, everybody knows that. You know, You work up there. I do the football broadcast and stuff like that. So I was sitting around yesterday. I had a thought. We're gonna have a football game next month.
We are.
It's here.
It is.
We're going to be having a football game next month, Dale. What we going to do?
August 17th at War Eagle Stadium, Harrison Central rolling in for a little scrimmage.
Yeah.
So that'll be the first one that I know of around this area.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, that's a month away. It's crazy. And it's going to be hot. Hot.
It is.
Hot. Do you think we're ahead of schedule heat-wise? It seems to me like August and September are always hottest, but man, it's already in the hundreds. What are we gonna do?
What causes that?
I don't know, son. I reckon.
Al Gore. I need to call Al Gore.
Al
Gore knows answers.
Al Gore knows everything.
He does
About the weather.
He does.
He does. Well, let's. I tell you what. Let's back up. Let's talk a little football.
Okay.
What are things looking like as we, you know, say we're gonna be playing in a month now? Mm-hmm. So high school wise, of course, the colleges won't kick off quite that sooner or the pros. But what are we thinking? What are you looking as you look to this upcoming season? I know you don't fall asleep on me over. I need you. He's yawning, everybody. I'm putting him to sleep. We may have them all sleeping out there, Dale, before we get through. But anyway, let's start with high school here from a Mississippi standpoint. Mm-hmm. And Cal Preps, I think, just recently posted something on the Mississippi Sports Talk board, or somebody posted.
He did.
A Cal. Mm-hmm. So, and they kind of laid some things out, what they think it's going to look like from a high school standpoint, who's going to be good and who's not. Let's talk about that a little bit, Dale. You got something?
Well, the only thing about what I saw also, and I think I saw the same one that you did, is there was no explanation why so-and-so was first or so-and-so was second. Now, I know a lot about Picayune in 6A.
They should be first.
I know that they're loaded with talent. Got a guy going to Oregon and Florida, so,
And another one that's going, they ain't decided yet.
Yeah.
I mean, man, they have been on a roll.
Yes.
So are they number one?
Well, they're number one in 6A, but the thing about it, this will be our first year under 7 classes.
Yeah.
And so really, the classes have kind of been, how do you say, kind of, what do they call it, purged, I guess, so something like this. But anyway, they've got 7, and of course 7A, 6A, and 5A is going to be like 24 teams, I believe. And then the others may be a little bit more, or I think 4A has usually got the most schools.
Yeah.
So they may have a little bit more, but I was just looking, okay, so since we live in Wayne County, we'll start with 5A.
Okay,
and then we'll work our way up and then back down.
All right.
But in 5A, they've got, you're not going to believe this, they got West Point.
Where in the world would they come up with that from?
I have no idea. I don't know why somebody, I guess, somebody in Oregon could tell us West Point is going to be one of the favorites in 5A, right?
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Okay, all right.
Even Marvin the Martian knows that.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
But well, especially since Picayune is removed from that equation with the new system, like you said. So anyway, West Point.
Yes.
Number one, surprise, the Green Wave. Only school that I know, Wayne County, the only school that we've played, and you could correct me on this, only that Wayne County's never beaten.
No, and they've lost to them twice in the state championship.
Yeah.
One time they should have lost, but one time they should have won. I thought the 05 team was better than West Point. I think in 09, Wayne County was fortunate to be there.
I agree.
Because they had to beat a West Jones team and maybe a Moss Point team.
A good Moss Point team and a good. And that championship, that South State championship game with Moss Point that year, one of the biggest plays in Wayne County football history was a 4th down conversion, I believe, that DeMarcus Henderson was playing quarterback. DeMarcus went on to play baseball at Mississippi State, as you know, and got to play in the College World Series while he was at Mississippi State. But he converted, man, he just got out of the pocket, and it seemed like it took him 5 minutes to get that, 9 yards or 12 yards or whatever it was, but he got it. And we won that football game and got to go up there to get thrashed by West Point that year.
They were a very good team that time.
They were. They were
very gifted. Had a lot of players ended up playing in the SEC and football.
I don't even think they had a wide receiver on the field the whole night. I mean, it was all right there in the middle, and they just ran. They ran all over us. But anyway, we were there.
Yep.
But anyway, I digress.
All right. Well, let's forget about the Green Wave for a little bit.
Boo.
Anyway, but what surprises me, I mean, I'm seeing names for the first time in the top 10. In 5A, I'm looking there at Gaucher. Now, I know they had a great year last year, and they had a tremendous quarterback in Caden Irvin, who's going to go play baseball at Ole Miss this fall. But I'm not sure, I don't know if they're just one and done, or if they're going to be.
I hope so.
Yeah. Of course, they're going to come to War Eagle Stadium this year, so that hopefully will help.
That quarterback's gone, and that's a big deal. That guy. And you testify this, I'm sure. I watched him play as you did. He was mighty good, Dale.
Yes, sir.
He was big. He could make every throw. I mean, he had a great pocket presence. I mean,
well, yeah, I saw him play the playoff game against Wayne County last year, and once they got warmed up, they were
Oh.
They were pretty hard to stop.
Yeah.
Also, but I saw him get to play about 6 times, I think, in baseball.
Pretty good.
Oh, he's a good one. And I saw him play once in basketball. He was really good in that.
It's funny how that works, isn't it?
Yeah,
He's
I
a
mean,
good
it
one.
really
Man, they can do
is.
anything.
He's a good one in that, good one in that, and all that. But I wish him luck in Oxford.
I bet you do.
I'm glad he's gone. I'm glad he's gone.
You can pull a farm instead of a guinea now.
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
you?
This is a little surprise to me. Stone County. Okay, so in 5A, they're rating the top 10 in the state.
Okay.
So they go with West Point, Gaucher, Stone County. That's a little surprise to me because I'm really not familiar with Stone County. We played them several years ago, but we haven't played them since. All right, Clarksdale is always a pretty good football team up there in the Delta. Mm-hmm. And then Wayne County is number 5 in the top 10.
Yeah.
And this is just 5A. All right, Van Cleve, another one that hadn't probably really been good since the 70s.
You know, I don't know. I didn't. It seems like they had a pretty good season last year.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
I mean, but what I'm saying is their greatest seasons were in the 70s.
In the 70s.
Yeah. And then this is a surprise to me. Laurel was 7th. You know, they're behind Gaucher, Stone County, Wayne County, Van Cleve. So does that rate Laurel 5 in the district? I mean, at number 7?
Well, but I mean, you know, and again, you mentioned the numbers in the district, and I want to throw this out. We have gone from we're down to what, a 6-team district instead of a 7-team district. So we're going to have less district games, but we're still going to have 4 teams go from each district, right?
I believe so.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I got off track.
And then number 8 will be Holmes County, which was pretty good. I think I know they're really talented in basketball.
Yeah.
I think they even won a couple state championships here. Number 9 is East Central, which is in the region with Wayne County. They're 9th in the state, but they're 6th in our district. And North Pike, who's I think they've been pretty decent in football here lately over there around the Macomb area, and they come in at 10th. So they're evidently in. But anyway, from what I look at, it's going to be West Point and Clarksdale in the north, and North Pike is going to come from the western part of the state in the south. I mean, they're going to be playing in the south, and so
Will Holmes County be in the south?
Holmes County will probably be in the north.
Okay.
Okay, and they probably be in there maybe with Clarksdale. I'm not sure. Because they're going to have 2 6-team divisions in the north and the south.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's 5 district games.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And so that's kind of the way it works out, you know. And of course, you know the War Eagles, like I said, they get Gaucher and Laurel at home, and those are 2 big games always.
Yes, sir.
And of course, they got their traditional rival with West Jones non-conference. Be more interesting this year since we got a Wayne County War Eagle leading the Mustangs.
That's right.
Maybe he'll take a little sympathy on us and let him beat us.
Well,
Let us beat him.
I don't think any letting going to be going on.
You don't think so?
I just hope he doesn't have his basketball coach down there refereeing on the side. On the sideline with him like Pearson did.
Hey.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Corey wouldn't do that.
No,
he wouldn't do it.
Coaches, they look sneaky. They look sneaky. But anyway, all right. So let's move up to 6A, and man, these are. I tell you what, 6A is going to be pretty balanced. They've got Pickey Unit 1, Warren Central at 2, South Panola. I've heard of them. Number 3, West Jones 4, and Hattiesburg 5. Now West Jones has got 10 returning starters on defense. So, of course, now they got the coaching change. Coach Pearson left after over 20 years at West Jones, and he lost his offensive coordinator, Bud Blackledge. He retired. So they're kind of rebuilding the offense a little bit.
When do we play them? Early?
We play them early.
Good.
We play them very early.
Earlier the better.
I think it's the 4th week of the season.
Okay.
So that'd still be early. So maybe they'll be working around that. Okay. Hattiesburg comes in at 5. Then you got Grenada, Vicksburg, Neshoba Central, Pascagoula, Callaway. All those. That's a pretty balanced.
Neshoba Central's been getting better the last 3 or 4 years.
Oh yeah, they've been really, really well.
Yeah.
Good, yeah. They've been really good the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And so
Vicksburg.
Vicksburg has some great talent the last couple of years. I know that, and of course Warren Central, when they were in 7A, they up there trying to deal with Starkville, Tupelo, Oak Grove, Brandon, and Madison Central, and Clinton, and Oxford, and all those folks. So they should be very prepared.
Yeah.
So
be prepared.
yeah, that might be a pretty good game when Warren Central and Vicksburg get together. Regular season game, I'm sure it'd be real. I think a lot of people in Vicksburg might end up going to a ball game. Anyway,
I mean, those campuses are right there.
Yeah,
Right there.
yeah.
Now they're in the same. They're in the same classification now, right?
Yes.
Were they not? So
Warren Central was 6, and Vicksburg was 5.
So that is going to be a great
Yeah.
game. And
But now they always play.
Yeah, but it's going to really matter even more now.
Yes. All right, and then in 7A, we've got a lot of familiar names here. Starkville, Tupelo, Oak Grove, Brandon, Ocean Springs, who was real good last year, Madison Central, Clinton, Oxford, South Haven, and Meridian. So even Coach Bowles has got his 7A, maybe it's the last name Bowles that got him in there. I don't know. But, of course, we saw them play, and they're awful young.
Yeah. And
they're going to start a lot of 10th graders this year, but I'm sure he'll have them back very competitive before very much longer.
Yeah. I like the way we matched up with them.
Yeah.
In the spring.
Yes.
Sure did.
And 4A, another familiar name, Louisville.
Man, they have won a bunch of championships.
They probably won more than anybody, like 12.
Yeah, they got a bunch of them.
Yeah. Louisville, Houston, which we don't.
Houston.
Yeah, we don't know much about them, but midnight flight to Houston. That's all I can tell you.
Midnight.
And I'll tell you about that later.
Oh boy.
No,
off the air.
When they changed the name of it, the song, Midnight Train to Georgia. It was when it was first presented, it was Midnight Plane to Houston, or Midnight Flight to Houston. And what it was is the former Ole Miss quarterback up there, and you might remember his name. I can't remember his name right at this time, but he passed away a couple of years ago. He played Ole Miss quarterback back around 65, 60.
I read that. I can't remember his name either.
Anyway,
I'm sorry.
he calls Lee Majors, who
The $1 Million Man?
$1 Million Man. They're good friends. He calls Lee Majors to get in touch with him, and his wife, Lee Majors' wife,
Farrah Fawcett,
answers the phone.
Hello.
And he said, "What you doing?" And she says, "Getting ready to take a midnight flight to Houston." And he took that and made a song. And then when it went to be recorded, they changed it to
Midnight Train to Georgia, baby.
Yeah, sounded better,
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's a tidbit that I thought I'd throw you.
Who sang it, Dale? Who made a hit out of it?
Well, I want to say Aretha Franklin, but it wasn't. I'm not sure.
Would it have been Gladys Knight in the Pips?
It was.
Yeah. I'm leaving
Yes.
on a midnight train to Georgia.
And I think she did really well with that recording.
Did she do as good as I'm doing?
Well, I mean financially a lot better than you.
Yeah.
All right.
So I can sing. Okay.
So after Louisville, we got Houston, Mendenhall, Amory. You know, they came back.
They got some tradition in Amory.
Yeah.
Mendenhall.
Now, the unique thing about Amory this year is, I don't know if you know it, but their football field, baseball field, and school was tore up by the tornado last year. Well, they're going to play all their home games at Tupelo High School.
That's just a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yep. And then number 5 coming in is Columbia. Of course, they'll be having a new coach this year.
Yeah. Where did their coach come from?
That's coming in there?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure.
Okay. I'm sorry. I should have known that.
Well, you're supposed to fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
You know, when I go.
I filled in with a question.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well,
Strike that question from the record and move
all
on.
right. Number 6, the great and probably the only one left, Itawamba AHS.
Agricultural High School.
Gotta love it. They still got that name, haven't they?
Well, what about Forest County AHS?
Well, that's true too. I forgot about that.
Okay, well, I'm here to help. I'm filling in the gaps.
Then we got old.
Hold on a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Agricultural High School.
Yeah.
Is there a difference?
Probably not.
Okay, you're an educated guy. I mean, I like that agricultural
Well,
concept.
I remember when I was going to college in Hattiesburg, Forest County had a lot of. They had a dormitory, and kids would come in from foreign countries and go and live there.
Didn't Clara used to have rooms and stuff down there years ago?
Yeah.
Was that an agricultural school?
Ellisville did it before, they became Ellisville High School.
Yeah.
They had an Ellisville, it was AHS, and they changed it to Ellisville High School, and then it became South Jones a few years later. So, they used to have a bunch of them back down in the day now.
Well, that was a big part of upbringing back in the day. Shop, of course, and stuff like that, and the FHA.
Yeah.
What is it, the Future Farmer, FFA? Mm-hmm. Future Farmer. I remember going to the Dixie National Livestock Show and Rodeo years ago, back in probably in the late 70s or early 80s. Mm-hmm. And this is before Wayne County was consolidated. And I can remember sitting up there in those stands on one Saturday night, and it just so happened that every school in Wayne County was there with their FFA groups, and they had their own buses, and all that. And somehow or another, the guy on the horse that was the MCing of the rodeo, somehow or another, they got a shouting contest going between Clara, Buckaton, and Beat Four.
How about that?
And I always said, well, that's Wayne County, baby. That's where we are. At the capital J, at the Dixie National, raising a little cane.
There you go.
Yes, sir. All right, Dale.
All right, so then after Itawamba, AHS.
Now, wait, Itawamba. Didn't Toby Collins go to Itawamba and coach there when he left here?
He could have.
Okay.
I thought he went to a little smaller school, but I know
They had a running back up there when he went up there, and I can't remember that guy's name. But anyway, Toby's now at Madison Central.
Yeah, I think he did go there.
Yeah, he went to Itawamba when he left here.
I think he went to a smaller school, and then he went to Itawamba.
He went to Itawamba, then he went to Northwest Rankin, then he went to.
Okay.
That's my story, but I defer to you because you are.
Okay, well, we can call him and ask him if you want to. What about, all right, then Poplarville comes in at 7.
Oh, buddy, no, I don't even want to talk about Poplarville. What class are they in?
They in 4A.
Ah, good.
And then West Lauderdale is 8. Ripley.
Ripley. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Dang,
Only thing I remember about Ripley is that they had a punter there named Jim Barefoot Miller.
Jim Barefoot Miller.
Went to punted at Ole Miss and punted for the 49ers.
I remember that guy now that you mentioned him.
Yeah. You're not that old.
Oh, man.
Or, no, that makes you old, doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes me old. I'm getting there.
And then Macomb, number 10. Number 10 is Macomb. So that's the 4A. All right. So in 3A, we got a surprise. Winona.
Winona. Well, why not?
That's true. Is Winona Academy still around? Or racing? Why not racing track? Wasn't that around?
I believe, there's something in Why Not.
No, that was up around Meridian now.
Okay.
This Winona.
Where is Why Not? It's in the Delta?
It's on 55 going to Memphis from Jackson. It's about halfway between.
Is it close to Vaden?
Probably. Vaden's probably on the other side of the road.
Okay.
I would think, but I'm not sure. I just know kind of where Winona is because.
Well, why not playing some football now, though? Getting it done. All right.
Knoxville County, number 2, and Jefferson Davis, number 3.
That's a pair of war horses right there now.
Yeah. I won't go into the rest of them. The local teams around that we know of is McGee was 6th in it, and Enterprise Clark was 10th.
And what about the MAIS? What they looking like down there?
Well,
Oh, you still got more to go in the photo school.
Let me go 2 more and then we'll
Okay.
get. All right, in 2A, they expect Raleigh and Bay Springs to battle it out. Both of them won state championship last year. Raleigh in 3A and Bay Springs in
Now
1A, and now they're 2A together.
that's gonna be a good one.
And they're
to
going to
see.
have to go against that Scott Central, who's put up a lot of points lately here. And then there's Clarkdale up there around Meridian. They're 7.
Now, see, they're in it. That's, Clarksdale out of the Delta was so good. But now Clarkdale, that's kind of a new. Bubba Hathorne coached up there at one time, didn't he?
Yeah, that was in their glory years.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Had old Gary Gore up there with him helping him out, I do believe.
yeah.
Man, that's a pair of aces right there.
Yeah, and Mize just comes in at 10.
Mize had some success through the years.
Yes.
The old Bulldogs.
In 1A, Taylorsville. Surprise.
Imagine that.
The Tartars. The Tartars. And
What's a tartar?
I don't know. I won't tell you what some of the opposing coaches call it.
Excuse, I'd like to apologize to our listening audience.
There you go. I haven't said anything bad yet today, have I? All right. And Lumberton comes in at 10. The rest of the teams are up north. Okay. Starting with Velma Jackson and Biggersville.
Oh,
and
man.
McEvans
Those
and
are
Ball
big
and
names.
Rolling Fork and all that stuff. All right. In the academies, they got in 6A, they got Jackson Prep, MRA.
We had an MRI.
We've had those.
You
right.
scheduled for one of those tomorrow, right there.
Yeah, no, worse than that. Hartfield Academy, Jackson Academy, and Presbyterian out of Hattiesburg. Now, Hartfield is just really come on that Jackson scene.
Boy, they're making some noise.
Yeah, they are.
In baseball
And football,
and
yeah.
football. Yes, sir.
Stuff like that. So, then in 5A, our old friend Todd Mangum comes in at number 3 with Simpson.
Simpson.
But he's behind Copiah Academy over at Crystal Springs in Oak Forest, which is in Louisiana. Heritage is number 4 out of Columbus, and then we got Lamar Christian up the road here in Marion. Isn't that what you call it? Marion?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
There used to be a military school in Marion. I guess it still is.
No, Marion, you're talking about Marion Institute over in Alabama, right?
I thought it was in Meridian.
Okay.
Well, it's up there close from Meridian because Meridian's right on the line, ain't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm
sorry.
I'm gonna
Hold me down.
I'm gonna move on.
All right.
Okay. All right. In 4A, they've got Tri-County, who's usually pretty powerful.
That's where,
Winston's coming to make a little comeback there. I remember the late 90s. They were really, really good.
Man, Wayne Academy and Winston had some wars up
Yes, sir. And Central Hines over there around Raymond. They come in at 3. All right, and then in 3A, which is the last one, okay, they don't have 1 and 2A, I guess. I think they got 8-man football after this. But in 3A, they got Greenville, St. Joe, Canton, Riverfield out of Louisiana, which our local boys at Wayne Academy know all about. They played them in football and baseball before. Then they got Carroll County up there in the north, and then Central Holmes, which is in the central part of the state, I assume, and everything.
Okay, so you've seen it.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's going to win it?
Win what?
Who's going to win each class? Who's going to be your champion? Who's going to play for the championship? Who you think? In let's say 7A.
I believe it'll be Starkville and Brandon in 7A. I believe it'll be Picayune and Warren Central in 6A. I believe in 5A it's going to be West Point and Wayne County.
Who let the dogs out?
In 4A, I believe it'll be Louisville and Mendenhall.
Quitman's not ranked in any of those, are they?
No, I don't see them ranked here. No, I've told you all the local teams that we have is West Jones, Laurel, out of Jones County, then Enterprise Clark in Clark County, and Meridian. You got Meridian High, West Lauderdale, and Lamar Academy.
I interrupted you. I apologize.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
Okay.
Okay.
Back to work. Get back to
All
work.
right, 4A. Just looking at it, let's go with Louisville and Mendenhall.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have a North and South there, team there. And anyway, in 3A, let's go with Winona.
Why not?
Yeah, let's go with them against Jefferson Davis.
Ooh, boy.
Okay.
You going to go against Mancuso.
There you go.
You sure about that?
Yeah. Then in 2A, let's go with, I guess, Raleigh and Scott Central, because Raleigh and Bay Springs will play for South State, so it'll be Raleigh and probably Scott Central. Of course, Raleigh lost that really good linebacker, Perkins, that went to Ole Miss, that 5-star linebacker. So, and of course, he
rushed for like 3 or something.
Yeah, I saw him in the state championship game. He was a better runner than he was linebacker, I thought. He looked tired. He looked tired on defense. Wait a minute, I just ran 80 yards.
He may put Junkins on the bench.
There you go. And no, I don't think so. Not this year. In 1A, let's go with Taylorsville and Biggersville. I think they played before. And of course, I don't know much about the academies. I wouldn't bet against MRA or Prep. And probably let's go with Capaya and Simpson, just for fun. And I'll tell him about that.
You let him know. Let him know that the pressure's on. That the Brouhaha crew's stepping out on a limb for him.
Yeah. And Tri-County in 4A, I believe that they'll probably play somebody like I don't know, somebody. And then Greenville St. Joe. Like I said, I don't know much about those things. I think Greenville St. Joe is pretty talented. And everything. But that's my high school thing. What you got for us today?
It's time to go. I don't have time for my
You mean
show.
all we did was high school?
All we did was you. Look at all this. I've been working tirelessly around the clock.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Gathering all
You
this
got to show-
information,
hey,
and I didn't get to say nothing.
You got the show by yourself next week, okay?
Oh, yeah? You not gonna be here?
I know. I'm going to let you handle it.
No. I don't
No,
want
I mean you need to get your stuff out.
No, do I?
Yeah, I mean I'll come in and say, Marshall, what you got for us today, and I'll leave. I'll leave.
No, Dale. Not sincerely. You are the master. And
Yeah, I don't
I appreciate what you bring to the table every week here. Because without you, there's no Brouhaha, baby.
I know. But like I said, I just want to have a one-on-one with you. I didn't know I dominated. I didn't want to.
Yeah.
If I did, I sincerely apologize.
Well, no, I thought it was a good show. I enjoyed it.
If I'm going to keep doing this, I need some of your salary, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as the show salary,
You ever heard that show, Nothing Times Nothing is what?
Nothing.
Nothing times nothing is nothing. Who sang that?
I don't know. He probably made a lot of money.
He probably did. Well, you know what?
What?
I think it's time for us it's getting time. There's a couple of things I want to remind our folks of. We didn't even take a break, man. We didn't even stop. We started and we ran to the goal line, buddy. You got us across, man. You look like, wait a minute, Sammy Winder's son when he was playing Ole Miss, when he left the ground out there, I'm going to say about the 7 and flew into the end zone. And
I remember
that's the way you were doing today. You were like airborne from the get-go, man. You sailed right over that goal line.
That might have been one of the most exciting. Well, I saw him do that. And the other one I got, there was this guy named Herschel Walker from Georgia.
Sammy's was better.
And Herschel leaped off his feet from about the 5 at Oxford.
Sammy's was better.
And he flipped into the end.
It's funny how they always do that against Ole Miss, isn't it?
It is. It is, not you mentioned it.
Georgia's doing it, Southern's doing it.
I bet Herschel saw Sammy do that.
He probably said, I think I might try that.
I can do that.
Well, you know what? Sammy went on to play for the Denver and made the cover of Sports Illustrated.
He did. He had a great career.
He really did.
And he
from
was
Jackson, Mississippi. Played at Callaway, didn't he?
Somewhere up there, but he was a walk-on at Southern.
Walk-on.
And the first game he ever played in, I was actually there. They were playing Mississippi State in Hattiesburg, and they put him in the ball game, and nobody had ever heard of this cat. And he started running up and down the field. And Southern came back. They were like a touchdown or 2 behind. And did you know from that game on, Bob Tyler's job was always in jeopardy? Always. I don't think he lasted maybe another year.
Wow.
Because
I like Bob Tyler.
Yeah, I thought he was a good coach.
Yeah. Well, listen, I want to remind all of our listeners, and we're so thankful for y'all, and just let you know that as you can follow us during the week. You know, we have a Facebook page, the Brouhaha, and all the shows are cataloged. And I was talking to Tim Cochran in Walmart the other day, and he said he listens to them online. You know, so Tim knows how to get there, and if you want to listen to the Brouhaha online, we have a channel on YouTube. That's the Brouhaha. But anyway, we have come to the time of the show, Dale, where it's time to say goodbye, Dale.
Goodbye, Dale.
And we'll see you next week for more of the Brouhaha. Get us out of here, Jamie.
Phillips Building Supply in Laurel, your hometown building supply store since 1954. We are locally owned and pride ourselves on helping our customers find exactly what they need. From foundations to roofs to doors and windows, Phillips has it. For tools, hardware, lumber, and plywood, visit Phillips Building Supply.
You've been listening to the Brouhaha with Dale McKee and Marshall Wood. Heard Tuesday evening, 6 p.m. on WABO. For more of the Brouhaha, follow us during the week on Facebook and WABO.